Hi friends, welcome back. In this session, let us deal with writing skill. We are all members of the global community just because we are in continued interaction with the other members. We mostly depend on English language as the medium to communicate with the world. Speaking is a skill to be possessed by an effective communicator. We make our communication permanent through writing. Writing is a language skill which is active or productive. The reader receives the ideas communicated by the writer. Our ability to write depends on the prior experience in listening, speaking and reading the language. We must have acquired a minimum level of vocabulary items and patterns of language. This is possible through oral communication and reading. When it comes to writing the second language, learner begins with simple copying of alphabets, words and sentences and gradually develops the skill of free writing. Free writing means expressing oneself through creative or imaginary writing. Our ideas are put into writing according to the language we know, that is, the words and patterns. When we write, there is a product, the written text. Thus, writing is a productive or active skill. The process that the writer has to undergo in order to produce a written text makes writing a complex task. Written text differs in nature based on the standard of language, linguistic expressions used and style of language. Thus, we have different genres of writing. Here is the need for fixing the nature of the product, especially when we consider a second language. At secondary level, the quality of the written material cannot be expected to be at higher levels. The objective is that the learner acquires the ability to write neatly, correctly and legibly. A good piece of writing carries meaningful content expressed in appropriate and accurate language. The sub-skills of writing. As we have understood, the sub-skills of writing demand psychomotor abilities. The knowledge and ideas in our mind take the shape of written words. To produce a good piece of writing, many sub-skills related to cognitive and motor abilities are to be acquired. The essential process skills to be developed among secondary level learners can be classified as motor skills and cognitive skills. Let us learn about these skills. Motor skills of writing. The motor skills of writing are handwriting, use of punctuation marks and spelling. The art of writing neatly and legibly can be acquired through practice. The size, shape, slant and joining of letters count in good handwriting. Neat and beautiful writing ensures uniform spacing between letters, words and also between lines. A text in beautiful hand need not always be meaningful. The correct use of punctuation mark, capital letters, abbreviations and numbering are important written marks and signs which help the writer convey the exact meaning of the text. A knowledge of the use of such devices is a prerequisite for a beginner as well. Again, we know that English is an unphonetic language. This causes so many difficulties in English spelling. The learner can learn the rules of spelling and through practice become a good speller. It is often agreed that spelling is caught rather than taught. Through wide reading, correct spelling becomes quite natural. Collection of commonly misspelt words, keeping a vocabulary notebook and constant reference to dictionary will help the learner develop the habit of correct spelling. Cognitive skills. The linguistic elements of vocabulary and grammar are to be used appropriately and accurately for meaningful communication. A few sub-skills to be developed among second language learners are appropriate use of discourse markers to highlight main points, to denote a shift in the topic, to conclude a text or to give examples. Ability to vary the normal sentence pattern to emphasize main point or to give clarity to the theme. Ability to express ideas using appropriate words and correct grammatical sentences. Ability to manipulate sentences and paragraphs according to varying contexts for effective communication. Ability to write in an appropriate manner for specific purpose or for specific types of readers. The style of language, linguistic expressions and words used must be based on the linguistic peculiarity of the readers. A good writer has to think creatively and select, organize and sequence the relevant information for his imaginary reader. Thus, he requires the ability to play with words and ideas prior to actual writing. The draft or the first writing is then edited with respect to ideas, words, structures and mechanics of writing. Thus, writing becomes a complex skill with mechanical and cognitive processes. It could be acquired through practice. Importance of spelling in writing. One of the major reasons for poor writing in English is incorrect spelling. The second language learner often gets confused with the irregular spelling patterns. We have to approach this problem with the knowledge that English is not a phonetic language. The spelling of a word does not correspond to its pronunciation. That is, we do not read a word in the same way as it is written. We write the word R-E-A-D and pronounce it as read. Sometimes the same sounds may be spelled in different ways. For example, the words W-H-E-T-H-E-R and W-E-A-T-H-E-R are pronounced alike, whether. Also, words with the same spelling are pronounced differently. For example, read, present form, and read, past form. Spelling is a significant factor contributing to credibility in writing. A spelling error will stop the eye for a while, causing difficulty in comprehension. It interrupts the fun in reading and we stop for a while to check the word. Spelling error shows the writer's lack of courtesy to the reader. Usually, errors are committed due to the learner's carelessness and ignorance. A lack of foolproof technique to tackle problems with spelling, indifference of teachers towards correct spelling, unsuitable drilling technique and overemphasis on oral work makes student writing look wrong. How to become a good speller? If the teacher takes care to teach spelling, especially of commonly misspelt words, and also teach rules to spell, mistakes will be rare. The teacher can also help the learner catch spelling automatically through reading and practice in writing. Thus, the learner will develop a desire to be a good speller. Nobody likes his writing to be red marked. From the initial stages of learning English, accuracy in listening and recognition of sounds and letters can be ensured. While writing, the learner can alphabetize words. For example, G-R-A-M-M-A-R. Referring to dictionary and proofreading, one's own writing will help develop the habit of correct spelling. If the teacher is a good speller, the learners will develop positive attitude for correct spelling. Incidental method or the new drill method is usually followed by foreign language teachers at secondary level. As the term suggests, in incidental method, the teacher edits the text while the learners are writing or once they finish writing. Immediate correction will have added effect on acquiring spelling. While introducing a new word, the teacher can spell it out. Mnemonics or memory tricks are also suggested to avoid confusion. In the second method, that is the new drill method, an integration of auditory, oral, visual sensation and motor memory will make the process meaningful and effective. While listening to the word pronounced, the learners receive a flash of the word and then they spell it out. Through repetition, the word picture will be retained in their memory. Other spell techniques. Let us see some other effective techniques to avoid spelling mistakes. The habit of keeping a spelling book of confusing words and commonly misspelt words have proved to be an effective technique. Referring to such words occasionally will reduce the number of mistakes. At secondary level, transcription also will be helpful to learn spelling meaningfully. Dictation at the word level and sentence level is a direct, easy technique. Spelling games like word puzzles, jumbled words and spelling bee are interesting techniques for all levels of learners. Development of writing skills. The sub-skills of writing can be developed gradually, beginning with easy items and moving towards difficult ones which involve several sub-skills. The process of writing requires a high level of scaffold for beginners, and through practice, learners could develop written communication skills. The teacher can begin with controlled writing. Later, through guided writing, he can lead them to free writing. Thus, controlled writing, guided writing and free writing are three progressive stages in enabling the learner master writing skills. Controlled writing. In the first stage, simple activities involving mere recognition of written words and sentences or copying of such items are practiced. Here, learners are not required to produce any original language. In creative copying, learners do not reproduce the text mechanically but copy it with a purpose. The purpose can be for preparing the summary, for identifying specific words like noun or verb. It is a good technique to provide practice in the mechanics of writing. When we limit the time and focus on good handwriting, the process will be challenging, interesting and meaningful. The teacher is in full control of what the learner writes. The letter need not have to think or produce his own language. Guided writing. In this second stage of writing, the product of writing or what the learner writes is decided by the learner himself. The teacher provides the topic and language elements of vocabulary items. The learners are given clear instructions about the process and product of writing. The content is first developed orally through an interaction between the learners and the teacher. Only when they have a clear idea about the product, the ideas are transformed into the written form. As a technique of guided writing, parallel writing is practiced at secondary level. The objective is to practice writing short text with the help of a model. The learners produce a similar text, making use of the hints provided by the teacher. The task is completed individually or in groups. Free writing. Learners who are adequately trained in controlled and guided writing will be able to write on his own. The prerequisites are that they should possess adequate vocabulary and structural patterns for meaningful communication. They can write on a topic of their own choice. Instead of the teacher, they themselves decide the content of writing and make use of words and patterns which they think appropriate and correct. They refer to dictionary and content-based books. They also review and edit the draft and develop the final one. Naturally, the text may carry syntactic, morphological and ideational mistakes. the teacher or a peer can edit such mistakes and improve the quality of the product. Phases in writing tasks. The process of writing involves different stages. First, the writer has to be clear about the purpose of writing and the nature of the readers. What he has to communicate, that is the content, and how it has to be communicated, that is the languages to be used, are then identified. This process of developing a mental draft is the planning stage. Once we have planned the ideas and the medium to communicate, the thoughts take the shape of written language in the translating stage. It is only the rough draft and it is to be reviewed or edited. The writer has to ensure correctness, appropriateness, relevance and adequacy, and this last stage is known as monitoring. Thus, the 4 stages in writing are planning, translating, reviewing and monitoring. How to develop writing skills? We have understood that writing could be developed beginning with simple tasks and moving towards difficult original writing. There are a variety of items which can be provided in a secondary level classroom. We can classify them into 2, the traditional type and the non-traditional type. Writing an essay on a specific topic, developing a paragraph, preparing a summary, developing an outline into a story and writing letters are the traditional items. Apart from such writings, the learner has to use English language in many other occasions. He will have to fill up application forms, report an incident, prepare a resume, draft a message or draft a notice. Linguistic expressions appropriate for poster making and advertisement will add flavor to one's linguistic ability. Thus, these non-traditional items will help develop English for written communication among the learners. Whenever a writing task is provided in the class, whether it be a traditional or a non-traditional item, the teacher has to ensure both the process and the product objectives. Systematic presentation of a task has 4 phases: pre-writing, while writing, post-writing and follow-up. This is similar to the phases in listening, speaking and reading skills. Let us see what happens in each of these phases. We have understood that before presenting the final draft, any piece of writing is to be planned mentally, translated into language, reviewed and monitored. So, clear instruction on what the learner has to do, what are the preparation they have to make, what is the purpose of writing, what should be the nature and quality of the product, etc. must be provided by the teacher before the learners start thinking. This first phase is the pre-writing phase. Based on the level of the item and the standard of students, additional clues and helping words may be given at this stage. Now, the learners are ready to discuss in groups or think individually and develop a mental draft. In the second phase, that is the while writing, the ideas are translated into language and the teacher can facilitate the process by giving information or vocabulary in the target language. Referring to books and dictionary also will be helpful. Once the writing is complete, the teacher can ask for a presentation or he can provide individual correction. This is the post-writing phase. As follow-up, similar tasks may be provided or there can be a discussion of the characteristics of a good piece of writing. Assessment of writing. We have seen that writing is a complex skill and the sub-skills could be developed gradually through a variety of activities and techniques. Objectives related to writing skills are to be fixed, taking into account the learner factors. So, the techniques of assessment of these objectives also vary with the learners. At the basic level, only simple and unsophisticated sentences could be expected. The product must be error-free. Legibility is another criterion for assessment. At intermediate level, clarity and appropriateness of expression, correctness of spelling and grammar, and appropriateness of words are the criteria. A fair range of language without mistake is the primary objective. Legibility and cohesiveness are the other qualities of the product. At advanced level, the product is to be creative and original. Coherent writing using accurate language is the corresponding objective. Logical presentation of ideas using reasonable standard language ensures creative writing skills. Since the level of language expected varies with respect to the students, the methods of assessment also will differ. A few methods which can be applied by the secondary level English teacher include the impression method, analytic method, and mechanical accuracy method. The simplest method is the first one. When we assess speaking skill, marks are awarded based on a general impression the speaker makes on the listener. Similarly, here also marks are awarded based on the overall quality of the product. Marks can be awarded by more than one teacher. It is more reliable when compared to a single marker's judgment. In the second method, that is analytic method, a marking scheme will be prepared with the components of grammatical accuracy, appropriateness of vocabulary items, mechanics of writing, relevance of content, organization and fluency in the presentation of ideas. Each feature is analyzed and scored separately. There is another method known as mechanical accuracy method or error current method. Here, the number of errors in each product is counted and marked as detected from the given total. A limit will be fixed for such total detection based on grammatical mistake, incorrect spelling, inappropriate use of punctuation marks and the like. In these methods of assessment, the teacher is supposed to play direct role of an evaluator. But we know that self-correction is the most effective technique for improvement. When a learner goes through his own writing, he could identify his mistakes and with the help of peers and teachers, the difficulty could be solved. Thus, self-assessment is an effective technique to develop writing skills. Peer editing is also equally effective since the learners rectify their mistakes with the help of their friends. Reading by a second person improves acceptability in writing. The teacher can prepare a list of the features for assessment along with the corresponding marks through a discussion with the learners. Later, assessment will be based only on the negotiated points. Such a technique is known as negotiating assessment. Here, the learners become more aware of the qualities of a good piece of writing. How to make corrections? Have you thought about the response of a learner when he receives his answer sheet ornamented with the teacher's red marks? Do these staring marks mean anything to the learner or do they help him in any way to improve his writing? For creative use of a language like English, the learner should develop interest and confidence in using the language. In written expression, they make much error and these errors stand on the way for a future attempt. Therefore, correction of works should always be done in a constructive way. They should know what is wrong with their writing, why it is wrong and what it ought to be. A piece of writing corrected using strokes and similar marks in red or green ink will demotivate the learner. Correction work must be meaningful and a teacher can devise his code to mark errors. A few symbols can be used to denote particular types of errors. On the margin, the correct forms also must be entered. A few such symbols and marking codes are SP for wrong spelling, WW for wrong words, etc. Detailed comment on the errors may be given towards the end. Writing is a complex skill which requires a set of cognitive and psychomotor abilities. Each sub-skill is to be developed progressively through appropriate activities. There are traditional and non-traditional types of items. The learners should get practice in both these types to develop all the process and product skills of writing. Correct spelling and good handwriting are two important skills to be developed at secondary level. The nature of classroom activities and phases of such activities differ based on the level of the learners. We have seen that self-evaluation and peer evaluation are two effective techniques of assessment. There are impressionist, analytic and error count methods for constructive assessment. Before we attend the next unit, please try to answer the following questions. Develop 5 spelling games for Standard 8. Write the scoring indicators for the following items: formal letter, poster. Design 3 activities for developing the learner's process skill of organizing ideas appropriate for secondary level learners. References: Instructed Second Language Acquisition, Learning in the Classroom by R. Ellis, 1990, Massachusetts, Basil Blackwell. How to Teach English by J. Harmer, 1997, Essex Longman. The Practice of English Language Teaching by J. Harmer, 1990, Essex Longman. Hope you enjoyed the session. See you next time. Until then, goodbye.